Hey everyone, it's Tegan here. I usually do some really happy videos, but today I want to really talk about something that's really serious, and it's actually happening, right now as we kind of speak. There is a boy named Jamey who, over the weekend, had committed suicide because he was really bullied for being gay. And right now, many people are standing up and fighting for his rights and trying to get President Obama to pass a law for anti-bullying. And we need a federal law for anti-bullying, so it is amongst every state and not just per state. I just really want to touch base with a lot of things about this that are really something that I feel should be addressed. And I know a lot of people are addressing these, but I have followers too, and I would like to have my subscribers know that how I feel about it as being homosexual, a form of homosexuality. So let's dive into that. First of all, the way the law actually works out is the law that we're looking for is everybody who is involved in causing someone to do this kind of thing, to commit suicide based on what was said. We have a lot of people who are witness to both sides, the people who bullied and the people who watched this boy be bullied, and it's not fun at all in any way, shape, or form to watch or even be part of it. To think that someone got pleasure out of saying something to this little boy who didn't deserve anything that was said to him. He deserved a hug at most. The most this boy deserved was a hug and someone to tell him that he was loved no matter who he was. And these kids who decided to slander his name on the internet, should I add, are nothing more than horrible, horrible people. And they are accomplices in his death because it doesn't count as suicide. It counts as euthanasia, honey. You pushed him. And he doesn't deserve it. And it's not fair this little boy's parents have to sit there and watch him be buried at 14 years old and he doesn't get to live his life. He could have done some really great things for anything and anybody, and the fact that you kids bullied him and made him feel like he was worthless is the worst thing anyone can ever do to anyone. Now, I'm sorry, but you've all made your graves, and you will lie in them, and that's just how it's gonna be. You're not getting away with this time. We've had too many of our youth committing suicide because you all want to cyberbully and be bullies in school, and it's not fair. These kids have to endure this when they're enduring everything else that everyone else deals with every day. 70% of all homosexual youth have no idea why they are homosexual. They're as confused as you are. And it's not fair that you take their confusion and make it a weapon against them. It's not fair to anyone involved. And you all should be ashamed of yourselves. And I hope you all realize now the extreme consequences that you are going to face. Because we're done. My generation is done with the bullying. We're done with the fighting. We're done with not caring. We're done. We want people to be who they are and to love who they are. We don't need these people telling us that we're different and we should know our place, because we know we're different. And we really don't care because we know you're different. So, just know that we're done. Now, another thing I want to touch base on is I was also bullied in school. I was horribly bullied in school. It was pretty intense. I went through a lot of changes in school because I was very confused and people made it a weapon against me. And I hope they all realize who they are, and I hope they feel really horrible every time they see how fucking awesome I am. Because, yeah. And I really want to tell everybody who is bullied that You know, high school is one of the best and worst times of your life, because it's the best because you are maturing and learning who you are and discovering all these great things about yourself and the world around you. And it's a time that, you know, you mold yourselves into the people you're going to be in your lives, and that's great. And it's also really, you know, bad because there's that drama, because the other kids who are maturing and learning who they are sometimes don't mature into the best of people, and they push it upon you, and it becomes a giant mess. It gets better after high school. It really does. And even though you will not believe me, I've been there. I've done it. I've seen it. And I'm just happy to say that after high school, it did get better. I'm a much better person because of all the things that have happened to me. And I spent all those nights crying. And I spent all those nights hating myself because I was different. And I spent all those nights trying to figure out what I could do to make it all go away. And I'm sure you all do too. And I'm sure you all lie awake at night and wonder why you're different and why you're supposed to go through this. It's because of who you are, you have to fight for who you are. And even though that sounds really bad, it's a great thing, because it's a proven fact that those who understand the world do a lot better than those who do not. And fighting for who you are is a way to understand the great things that the world has to offer to not only yourself, but everybody in it. And remember that you're never a what, you're a who. And you're always an awesome person who deserves to be loved and cherished. And I'm always, and if you ever need anything, I'm always here for you. Because no one deserves to go through what this boy went through. And I know being a teenager is some of the worst times in your life because you do have those suicidal thoughts. Just remember that after high school, it's amazing. College is nothing like high school. Because everybody who goes to college because they know they want to go to college, and they're out for themselves, and they really don't pay attention to you. Point taken. You know, there's not many boys. You know, I do get persecuted daily, but not as bad as when I was in school, because kids can say some cruel things. So, I know this is like falling on the bandwagon of everything gets better. It really does. And I want people to realize that we're not going to stand around and watch you all get bullied, because we want the future generations to know that our generation cared. Our generation stood up. Our generation fought for everyone's rights. Not just the straights, not just the gays, everyone. This law is for everyone. And it's time that we realize that we are going to be a generation of change. We are the love generation. And just let's move forward, and let's progress to certain heights that no one has ever seen, and let's do that. Let's be better than everything else. So, just remember that you will fight for yourself, and you will be yourself, but you should live as free as your hair and never look back, because not looking back makes you bigger. So, your light is going to shine. And your time will come that you will have the most fun ever. But just know that it does get better. And I want you all to know that we all love you. We don't care what walk of life you come from, we love you. And we want you to know that. We do this not to seem nagging, but we're tired of this bullying, and we're tired of these suicides. These children don't deserve this, and to condone actions like this is horrible. So I leave you with that. I leave you to know that we're going up. So that's how I feel about this. So I love you all, and you all have a great day, night, wherever you are, and live as free as your hair.